Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on the country that you are watching this video from. Whether you are in USA, you are in UK, you are in South Africa, you are in Dubai, you are everywhere around this world, including Pretoria, Johannesburg, Cape Town, and even the areas that I have not quoted, the Botswana, the Namibia. Please welcome me again in your screens as we will be unpacking again the Senzo Meyiwa case, the Senzo Meyiwa unaliving case. You know, the witness Ntanzi has shown us this past week. We have been listening to Advocate Baloyi. Advocate Baloyi, where he has been cross-questioning Ntanzi. Ntanzi, it's Bongani Ntanzi, that is the accused number 2 for his role in the unaliving case of Senzo Meyiwa. Something very interesting has come out. You know, Ntanzi, I never took him to be this clever. But when he went through as a witness, as he was giving in evidence, according to Baloyi, the questioning thereof, we knew that, you know, the prosecutors will come up with their tricks and whatever. You know, what I like to dwell too much into is the cell phone analyzing. Remember that, you know, in the main case, we listened to Pinky from Vodacom, who has been giving evidence, who have given information about the cell phones that were appearing in the data during the 2014. I don't know why the 2015, 2016, 2022. I don't know about the 2020 and the 2021, 22. Uh, 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 the records of their cell phones. Maybe it was to check if they continue to talk to one another, maybe even talking about the unaliving of Usenzo. But above that, let me start by saying, kindly like the video and also share it, and also watch the video from the beginning to the end. And you know, the greatest thing that I want to ask you to do is to subscribe. You know, by Friday or by yesterday, Saturday, we were at 428 subscribers. And let me thank everybody that has subscribed. But to those who have not yet subscribed, please, I urge you to subscribe and also to like the video and also to make comments And truly speaking, we need to give up the flowers to Ntanzi whilst he was dealing with the cell phone analyzing of his cell phones. You know, I liked what the ex-cop Patlani said, you know, when he was at the ad hoc committee. He indicated of the processes that have been taken, because you know that I like to talk about law a lot. You know, the processes that are taken when you are being detained, everything from your belt, your shoelaces, your cell phones are being taken away from you. But what we have witnessed now is that Advocate Baloyi has been quoting that Ntanzi had his cell phones with him. Is it really true? Do we have to believe that? Because where will he charge this phone? You know, before anything, you need, even ourselves, before we even come to this, to record, we need to see to it that our gadgets are being charged, properly charged. And something that made me laugh a lot. It's about the issue of buying airtime through his cell phone. You know, when I went through during the week, I wanted to check. I know the star 130 star. What was when you the ones that when you purchase a voucher of your cell phone, maybe in a shop, it will come up with the star 136 star and give you those numbers so that you can upload your airtime. But this time, whilst using the bank, remember that we all know for sure that for the bank to connect with your cell phone, we started using it in 2022. 2022. And Upahlani showed us that there is an SAP S22 whereby all your belongings are being taken into and they are being put into that SAP S22 for safekeeping so that when you are being released, you get all those belongings that belongs to you. But once wonder, how can Ntanzi even phone his own Koko, who by that time Ntanzi claims to say, can I really send my Koko a please call me? Please call me by that time. Yes, if he had the gadgets with him, because nobody knew where he was. But at the moment, maybe we need to look at the movement of Untanzi. Untanzi was in the police cells, even if he was being taken from one cell to the other. I know that, this is so ridiculous that Ntanzi had his cell phones with him. Maybe also let me remind you that we are in the South African Community Health channel. We are in the SACOM Health channel. Why we have even included the health part? It's because, here we are also dealing with health issues. Because if Ntanzi is being taken from pillar to post, whereby, he will be distressed. He will even have mental health. Those are the issues of the health part. But apart from that, as I promised you, we will still go to the research part. But as the case moves, it becomes more interesting every time that I could not leave it as that and not, give you more information around that. Everybody, when everybody when being detained, all those things are being taken from you. Actually, they even go through your pockets to check what is it that you are having, because they do not want those things that are called by the name your DRUGS products. You don't bring them inside. Even when you have a normal cigarette, they will even take it from you. You will require it to, as you are inside, to say, now I need to have a smoke or whatever. But what we have learned about what Baloyi is doing, he's just trying to confuse. He's just trying to confuse Ntanzi so that Ntanzi becomes tired. And I am happy to hear that Ntanzi's voice, he is reminding me of Sibi again now. His voice has become very vocal and he is speaking for himself and even saying, I really want to see those records. And in the records, something that is so funny, his phone called even Ipoisa Umangena. Really? Nomabena. Really? Were they misusing his phone to this level? Up until they called even the towers where they were looking at. They were not towers where the police stations were closer by. Even if Balui tried to stress that it is in Pretoria. Yes, it can be around Pretoria because the very same people, abo mamfundisi, labo kade bambamba, they were roaming around with his phones. And he is telling us that he has shown one of them the pattern, how to open his phone, because he was always in handcuffs. Remember when he was saying that even when we were traveling in the cars, even if they were taking him to Pukeng, he was always handcuffed. Now, how does this person utilize, whilst he is on his way, utilize the cell phone? And he indicated that for him to show them the pattern, it's when he wanted somebody in Rustenburg to bring something for him to get washed, for of which they never cared of whether Ntanzi was getting a shower or looking well, even when they were taking. And remember, that was the period of COVID-19, of Kovovo, the Kovovo that we cannot name too much into this channel. The Kovovo that was there, we were even encouraged to use a lot of water, wash our hands whenever we are. We were reminded to keep ourselves clean. But unfortunately for Ntanzi, those were the days that he was kept not even getting water to make his body clean. Remember, he was taken in Freedom Park on the 16th of June, Youth Day in Freedom Park. That is the day that he was being detained. That was hard. We were in level 4, if my memory serves me well. We were in level 4, whereby even the movements of us was monitored. I remember one day, sitting in one place, I became bloated. I wanted to, make some steps even outside. When I wanted to go out, the soldiers were all over the places. How can Ntanzi have his cell phones with him? Who was he traveling with? Maybe that's a question that we need to ask ourselves while making all these calls. And even calling themselves, taking the phone and calling themselves, some of the colleagues, the SAPS members. Truly speaking, it shows that the state now has run out of facts. They have run out of facts. And I'm happy that Ntanzi is facing them head on and goes directly into each and every one. And something, because even this week, the issue of Umchiako came very closely to say, where was this man coming from? Because I have never spoken to him. Can you really send a police call to a person that you do not know? Whilst you don't send a police call me to your family to say, please know that I am in detention for this particular case. Even though I wonder which case will he be quoting, because initially we know that he was arrested for the Nongoma case, not even the Senzo Meyiwa case. That is what they are saying. Even though when they went to him, they said he's the one that has got part in the unaliving of Senzo Meyiwa. You know, it has reached a space whereby we saying, state, you have run out of facts. You have run out of facts. Even the judge now, I don't know if he sees that. I don't know. I laughed when I saw him wearing the Ray-Bans sunglasses in court to say now the old man does not want even us to see the how he is behaving behind the eyes. The Ray-Ban. I don't know, because we always knew that he was on the side of the state, but now he did not want us to see the gestures that he is making behind the glasses. We don't know and Baloy never takes this long in terms of questioning. This is the idea of the real doctor. The real doctor sorry, the real doctor in that case, Dr. Sibanda. We know that he can take months and months questioning you about one thing, repeating it, repeating it. Now we see it happening with Ubaloyi. Baloyi, it's doing that also now. And this one, it really shows us that they do not have a case, because when Van Villingen, Pinky, was talking, I don't know if you still remember the day when Van Villingen's voice went down and Judge Rata said, now you can take your day off. I think it's when Pinky was overwhelmed by the lies that he was expected to say. They said, no, you can take any time and go to the doctor, whilst, the late Mgomezulu was not even given a time to go and consult with the doctor. If he was stating that he was ill, even Judge Rata said, I heard somebody saying that Mgomezulu is here outside the court, only to find that, may his soul rest in peace. By that day, maybe he was struggling in hospital, because we lost him the following day. That is when we heard that he has passed on. This is very, very ridiculous what is happening in court now. Their road has come to an end. Basically, the state's road has come to an end. The AVLs, I still talk about the AVLs that are not coming through. All the government cars, especially the SAPS, they are being fitted with AVLs, because they want to know where you are driving, where have you driven to, so that they should confirm. They are the AVLs are there. But when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa case, the AVLs are not there. Even the JMPD cars, now they do not have AVLs. Let us keep watching. Let us see how this week will come out. But I am happy if Ntanzi have been coached by some of the prisoners. They have enlightened him, and he is fighting for his life. He is fighting for his life. You can imagine that staying for so long in prison, whilst you have not done anything. Because this one can also show you that all these people, they do not, even if others have their own challenges, but they are not the ones that have unalived Senzo. As this is playing in court, I will continue reminding you that let us pray for the Meyiwa family. Let us pray for them, so that God should give them life, so that they see the end of this case. And at the end of the day, we know exactly what has happened on the 26th of October 2014 in the house of the Kumalos. We really need the truth. The country is waiting for the truth. We, Bondaba, we are waiting for the truth, so that we can tell it to the world, so that the world must know what is happening inside our courts in South Africa. When the people are being harassed, even in court, Therefore, just reminded us last, as he was saying, he wanted to go inside the court and he was not being given a chance to come in. The way they are afraid of the shenanigans that they are doing there. Stay blessed until the next video comes. I am Umvulazana of SA Community Health, South African Community Health. I'll be seeing you again, as we will now be watching what the newsroom will be saying, what now our wise people from the law will be telling us now, what they see now after Ntanzi have given so much information and has even taken a stand and boldness. I love the boldness that he has. Thank you for watching, but let me remind you again, continue to like the video, to share the video, And also, above all, subscribe. We need subscribers. We need this channel to grow. We need it to grow so that a lot of information we must get. And thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.